Hey folks, Glen here with a brand new Trailfish on Lake Tarpon. Joining me this episode is Captain Lenny Crispino and Gary White. Stay tuned. It was a mild early morning on Lake Tarpon. This trip I was actually auditioning Lenny for a potential bass tournament partner. Lenny, it was dark when we got to the boat ramp, so I forgot how early bass fishing can be. It is. It's an early job. Sometimes I'm just not up for it. We're out kind of away from the land. I thought we'd be close in the springtime. Tell me what's going on.
Well, right now these fish are sitting up here. They're getting ready to move in or move out. There's a sandbar out here, and they'll use this as a highway to travel to shallow water. Shad is spawning right now, and the bass are going to feed on these shad first thing in the morning. It'll probably happen right at first light. As a matter of fact, there's shad busting right there.
Gary, did you see that shad over there, or was that just a gar?
No, that was shad.
That was shad. Do you do a lot of fishing up north, bass fishing?
A fair amount.
Yeah.
On Lake Erie.
Do you think it's about similar to how we do it here in Florida?
I think it's a little different here. A little different.
Well, Lenny's different.
I'm very different.
Yeah, he's very different. Lenny, we're pretty far from the shoreline. How deep is it right here?
It's about 3 feet.
That's it?
Yep, Gary.
3 feet. Looks like it's like 10 feet. I'm auditioning Lenny for a tournament, a bass tournament coming up, and I'm not so sure about it right now.
Let him take it.
Okay, I got one on. Got a fish on Lenny.
Well, keep that rod bent. Don't be playing with him. Constant reel, don't pump. This ain't a snook. You don't want to wear a hole in his head.
I can feel him in the grass, so you're right, it is shallow. Look at that, Lenny.
He ain't gonna bite you.
Look at that there, all right. This is a tournament size?
Yeah, he's a start.
He's a start.
Put it back.
You reel down till you find the heaviness, and then
just give him a good pull.
Then give him a good pull.
We're not using circle hooks. We're using a cow hook with a weed guard. So you have to get a little bit of pressure on him and feel him before you really set on him.
Oh, I felt him all right. I see grass right there. What kind of grass is that?
Eelgrass, peppergrass, a little bit of coontail, very little hydrilla.
What's the best environment for the bass?
I prefer hydrilla, but unfortunately we don't have a lot in here, so eelgrass is probably second to hydrilla.
How much is the payout today? That shiner looks nervous, Lenny.
Sure is.
You're not cutting off my head, right? Because I'm taller than you.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not cutting off your head. See what he's in?
Yeah, that's
that eelgrass.
That looks like pasta. Did you hear what I said? The camera work? Look at how I'm moving around. Huh?
Perfect. Yep.
It's not a bad fish.
He's a start. Make sure you really feel him. Keep reeling till you feel him. Got a lot of slack.
I see that slack.
There you go. Keep on him. Keep on him.
Well, he's not coming up. Oh, look at that. They're fat. They look fat.
He eats where I eat.
I don't think so. Or you're just eating more. we go. Let me see. Hold them up against your belly. There. I think you got him beat, Lenny.
That's hurtful.
That's hurtful. That is very hurtful. Why would I say that?
Be so hurtful.
I don't know. Guess I'm trying to toughen you up for the tournament, whenever it is.
You know I'm sensitive about my weight.
All right, so anyway, we'll just move on from that.
Spit it out.
Listen. Can't let that fish spit out that.
He was ready.
You need more work.
He was ready.
There he is.
He was ready. He was ready.
The bobber down. Oh. What was that? What'd you say there? What was that little cursing? Come on now. I think he's got pressure. I think he's got a fish. Ooh, that's a better fish, isn't it? 15 pounder?
He's a start.
A start. Well, it took 2 tries.
I know you're not going to land them for me, so I have to.
I'm going to land him. I'm going to land him. Just bring him over.
Work for you.
Bring him over. That's a little better fish.
That's a better one.
Just hold the camera. Hold the camera. Oh, gosh. There we go. Yeah, that's a better fish.
Here's a start.
You knew it was better because we're seeing them out there hitting baits, right?
Yep.
They're hitting food, and this one had a pretty big splash on it.
He liked it.
Took you 2 tries. He gave you 2 tries. You know
That was a different fish. The other one was bigger.
Just take it.
Keep that rod bent all the way. See the way that rod's getting straight? I don't want it to be bent the whole way in. When you get close to the boat, get the rod tip close to the boat and I'll reach down and grab them for you.
Yeah, nice one. Seemed to be a little
Remember,
further
you got
out.
8-foot rod.
Great one.
Yeah, nice fish. Well, Lenny, now that Gary has shown up the boat, he should do the tournament, not us. Bring him in the tournament. All right.
So you're out, Gary's in.
No, you're out. Just lend me your boat. We're going on now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say something about this spot right here. I wouldn't have known there were fish out here except by the swirls of them, I guess, slamming baits, and maybe some birds. I look for birds too.
It's a seasonal thing also. I mean, I know where to look, obviously, from fishing the lake for 30 years.
Yeah.
And there's certain areas that the shad will spawn on every single year.
Yeah.
You know, and this is one of them spots.
So now we're moving closer.
Yeah, we're going to move into a couple areas that we're going to be in about 3 to 5 feet of water. There's going to be grass on the bottom. You're going to see visible grass on top, and I'm really not interested in that visible grass. I want the grass that's under the surface.
Yeah.
We're fishing 5 to 6 feet of water, grass on the bottom, and what we're going to do is we're going to troll the shiners, so slow drag them through here, kind of control drift. We're going to put a bobber out with a shiner on it about 3 feet deep, and then we're going to have 2 free lines out, and just keep the reel in free spool and just basically trolling through the grass until you get bit. Yeah. Just gonna stand in the back there, Gary. Keep your finger on the spool. And right now that shine is probably pulling that bait down. There you go. Yeah, when he gets, especially when you first put them in the water, they have a lot of energy. So they'll tend to sink that bobber. Now we're gonna take another shine and stick it on the free line. And we're gonna be dragging these shiners, Gary. So you're gonna keep your finger on the spool, and when the fish takes it, With the big shiners, what'll usually happen is you'll get a blow up unless it's a really big fish. Then he's just gonna come up and slurp it. And when that fish blows up on it, Gary, just let him take it. Just, you know, keep that reel open and let him take it. Remember what I said, when you hold the rod here, hold it in front of that reel when you set the hook, only because, you know, we're looking for big fish in here. That's why we're using these bigger baits. And you want to have as much control over that rod as you can. And by you holding it in front of that reel, you get a lot more leverage. You know, you hold it here, the rod's front heavy. But if you hold it here when you set the hook, you get a lot more pull. You'll feel it's like choking up with a baseball bat, you know. There you go. Stay on him now.
Out of that line.
He's coming right on you.
Feeling good, feeling good. Not a bad fish, Lenny.
Nice one.
Yeah, look at that. Are they all fat right now?
Yeah, pretty much. They're either feeding or they're getting ready to spawn.
Yeah. Lenny was on the move again, crossing the lake to a lily pad field.
Remember, you have an 8-foot rod, so when you get close to the boat, bring the rod to the middle of the boat, okay? Don't worry about the other line.
Yeah, I got it down low.
Bring the rod tip this way.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Nice one, Gary.
Nice one.
Good job.
Yeah.
Lenny, we've hit 2 types of terrain today. A shallow area up close and also shallow grass beds out further out.
Right.
We've had luck on both.
Right.
But now you've got us here at I guess a deep hole.
Yeah, it's basically a drop off. The fish really aren't in a hole. What they'll do is they'll use the flat spots around the hole to spawn on.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're in here, you can catch some monsters in here. 5 of my best fish last year came out of this hole.
Will they bed in real deep water?
If they got clarity, they'll bed up to 6-7 feet of water, but they have to have the clarity. And most of these Florida lakes, you don't have clarity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here you have a little bit of protection. Grass grows a little bit, so yeah, you're going to get a little bit of protection. You're going to get a little clarity here. So I've seen these fish here in here spawn in about 5 feet of water.
Gary's getting all the fish, Lenny.
I know, he's going to be in a tournament with me.
I think that's Gary. I'm not sure because I haven't seen Gary since this morning. It could be somebody else.
He's the bass bandit. Coming right at you, huh?
Felt like a good fish.
They're all good.
Boy, he ran hard with it.
Trying to get away from the school. He'll do.
They're all good fish. It'll do.
It'll do. It's a start.
It's a start. The springtime has this been a good year for bass fishing?
Oh yeah, every spring is the same. I mean, January, which is what I consider spring because it's really winter time, but in Florida it's spring. January through May, bass fishing is pretty consistent.
Yeah.
You come out here just about every day, depending on the weather. If you get real heavy winds, obviously you got to work a little harder. But you can pretty much do what we did today every day of the year throughout the winter.
Well, I like that we hit 3 different type of terrain in here today. Is that what you normally do?
Again, it depends on the time of the year. You know, right now we have a shad spawn going on, so those fish that are in open water will bite on that shad spawn. Generally, if those fish aren't in on that shad spawn, then I won't even go out to that open water. I'll just start shallow and stay shallow.
Well, this was kind of a test today for you to see if you were worthy of doing a tournament with me. And I think you passed mainly because you have a boat.
I got rods, reels, boat, baits,
You have it all, so I think that's a good criteria to pass.
and a live well.
Yeah.